Amen. Amen. Truly the Lord is good. Still full of grace and still full of mercy, still full of kindness. And he allowed us again to be in his house of prayer. Praises goes up and blessings come down. And as always, we solicit your prayers that you pray with us and pray for us that the Lord will use us for his honor and for his glory. Oftentimes when we read scripture, we never are able to grasp all that's in it. And so we get out of it what our spiritual levels allow us to. And even at that, we don't always agree. Because there are times when we don't quite understand the total message that the word is trying to get across to us. I'll start out with one thing, but there's so much other things that's involved in the scriptural text that is not obvious. Now, when we go to what Jesus is saying, Jesus made a pre-statement before he started. He makes a pre-statement. In verse 9, this is the pre-statement. He spoke this parable. Parable meaning that it's an earthly story to illustrate something spiritual. So he's speaking of parable here. And in it he says, some who trust, some he says who trust in themselves that they are righteous. Not that they are righteous, but listen what he said. They trust in themselves that they are righteous. You know anybody like that? In other words, they think they're righteous. And not only that, but they despise other folks who they think is not righteous. Are you with me? So I want to talk about trusting himself and despising others. Trusting himself and despising others. That goes pretty far out. Now, I want to look at more than just the Pharisee and the publican. Because, believe it or not, you have a lot of church folks are just like that. Let me get down to the way the rubber meets the road first. Just because you see somebody doing something that you don't agree with, don't make you better than them. All right. I'm going to get closer than that. Now, listen. Every outward expression is not a righteous expression. You understand what I'm saying? I take that all the time. The devil knows how to imitate. He just can't duplicate. So he knows how to put on the show. In other words, just like the Pharisee, he put on the show, but he wasn't talking to God. He was talking to himself. Are you with me? And so most times, not most times, but a lot of times, when we see people doing certain things we don't agree. For instance, let me get to the drunk. Let me deal with that just for a minute. We are very self-righteous when we don't drink, but somebody else do. Slow down. I'm gonna give you an example. We was having Bible study, I think, one night. This is the truth. I ain't making it up. This fella came in here and he was just as drunk as a cooter. You know what that means, and I can smell it from where I was up here. I can smell it, and he was talking with a slur. You understand? Now, there was some judgmental people in here, looking at him all strange, like something was wrong with him. He was feeling good, but nobody knew what was going on in him. He was a church fella. And so when we was getting ready to leave, he I'll take that, get that fella with you. You know, nobody want me to give him a ride. But I gave him a ride anyway, put him in the truck. And when I got him in the truck, he says, Reverend Saab, you know, I go to church. He told me the church he went to. He said, my father died last week. And I was depressed. I was despondent because of that. And I started drinking. All right, Miss Holy Roly, Mr. Holy Roly. You don't know what people are going through, why they do what they do. That was his outward thing that he did just to keep his sanity. And so oftentimes, people judge you not based on where you are, but where they think you are. You understand me here. You see, first of all, you can't look at nobody and tell their relationship with God. I can't look at you and tell you what your relationship with God is. I can see what I see, but I can't see inside of you. I don't know what's going on in the inside. But we got so many folks that's like that. Are you with me? Now let me go up a little higher here for you, because see what has happened is that you got all these different kind of let's see how I want to put it, religions. I call them religions. You got Pentecostalism, you got Phariseeism, you got conservatism, all these things there. It's religions. And so they judge one another. Are you with me? Now, if all of us supposed to be Christians, why we can't get along? We got all kind of different doctrines that divides us. If you don't speak in tongues, if you don't get baptized a certain way, you ain't saved. Pentecostal people will tell you in a minute, I hope y'all ain't Pentecostal, because y'all tell people in a minute they going to hell. Why? Because they drink a little liquor, because they have a party, they have a good time. You going to hell. Everybody else going to hell besides you. You know, some folks thinking nobody going to heaven but them, because of the thing that they're in, they judge you. Now, look at here. How is it that all of these different religions got different concept of who God is? I'm just asking a question. I believe in God just like you. Now, just because I don't worship like you, don't mean I don't believe in him just like you. See, let me go here. You don't know God no better than me. Just because I don't dance like you, just because I don't run up and down the aisle, that don't mean you know God better than me. Now, look at here. Here's how we mess ourselves up. That's why there's so much division right now, because what they do is they send all these so-called intellectuals to all these white schools. All right. Yes, sir. Amen. Oral Roberts got his own university. Oral Roberts don't like no black folks. I don't care what they say. All this religious stuff. They go to Oral Roberts University. Ain't knocking education. They go to Duke University. Kenneth Hagin theology. And so what happens? They go to all these different so-called theologists. And it tells us how we're supposed to relate to God. Now, watch this here. If you're popular enough, they'll put you in a church where your intellect will draw a whole lot of crowds. Look at Carlton Pearson. All right, y'all don't know who he is. Well, look at here. He was one of their major boys. Had a big church, 5,000 members. But when he came into a different revelation that they didn't agree with, took his church from him. Now he got about 200 members. Why? Because he disagreed with their theology. Look at here. You mean to tell me because I go to your school, I got to conform to your theology? That sounds like a cemetery better than a seminary to me. You see, what happens is that we get all intellectual. I ain't talking what I'm thinking. I watch them boys on Facebook, and I see how they argue with one another. And they come to this conclusion, well, let me argue this point here. Let me argue my point. I want to see the word read. Why the hell you got to argue so much about God? Look at here. I don't need your theology of my God. Because look at here. God is an experience. Well, here, I'm all by myself here. God is an experience. I don't care if you ain't got no education. occasion. If you've been in touch with God, you know how to praise him. You know how to give him glory. You ain't got to go to school to learn God. You learn God from experience. I tell folks in a heartbeat, look at here, I met God. Lord have mercy. I met him at the VFW. Folks don't want to believe that. I met God one Friday night at the VFW calling me. Oh, look at here. I was high as a cooler. But look at here. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. I got sober in the club. Went home crying like a baby. Went home and picked up a Bible and told God, I'll do what you ask me to do. I don't care if you don't believe it. You don't have to believe my testimony. Nobody got to believe your testimony. But when you come in contact with God, well, look at here. Something changed. I said change. Now look at here. What made us so Pharisee here? I thought he was better because of religion. When you go to school, you might not learn that about religion. You might not learn God. And so watch this here. But Jesus said, now I ain't making it up. Jesus said he was praying to himself. Boy, church people like to praise themselves. Look at here. I met one in Bell a long time ago, and he was telling me, yeah, well, I don't drink no liquor. I don't chase no women. I don't do the lie. I said to myself, you ought to be dead, because you ain't telling me the things you do. Because look at here, I got enough sense to know. I don't care how pious you look, you do something. I don't care how pious you talk, you got some secret sins. You got some stuff down in you that don't want nobody to know but you. All right. Just because you don't act out of it, don't mean it in your mind. Look at here. I don't always think right. You neither. I don't always think righteous. You neither. You got some things in you if you ain't careful. I said, if you're not careful, it'll get out. You better tell the Lord to hold you. Look at here. You better tell him to hold you, because you can't judge nobody the way what you see, because you don't know. You don't know because you wasn't there. You don't know when and you don't know where. All you can attest to is when. I say what you can attest to is when. I will show you this right here, though. If the Lord. All right, I'm closing now. But if the Lord have ever touched you, if you ever had a quiet moment, that's why I tell you, prayer is so powerful. If you had a quiet moment, when you and him start talking, when you and him have fellowship, I don't care what nobody thinks. Look at here, what he does, not what I think, what he does. He put fire. He puts fire down in your spirit. He puts power down in your spirit. He put a praise down on the inside that nobody can take it from you. Because look at here, I've come to learn that every now and then I gotta go by myself. Every now and then I gotta go in my house and have church all by myself. I don't need you to have church with me, because every now and then when me and the Lord get together, here's the deal. You don't worship God to please nobody. You got to worship him in spirit and in truth. And when folks try to hold your praise, when folks try to tell you that it don't take all that talent to shut up, and if well, listen, you read the story, and it's not a story, it's a parable. Jesus said for a reason. Now, here's a religious man, Here's a tax collector. Scripture always denote the tax collectors as being a cheat. Like Benny Hinn. You know who Benny Hinn is, isn't it? Same old fellow who walked around preaching and teaching prosperity. There was another prosperity preacher last week. Prosperity. Jesus didn't preach it, so why we all get it from? Their seminaries, or the cemeteries. Anyway, here's what happened. He had a name for being a cheat. Are you with me? Some of y'all got names of being certain things. You know, they used to tell me I was a whore. You say I was a whore. Well, that was my name. You see, people judge you based on what they think. Or what you used to do. But watch this here. When he got to the house of prayer, when the men began to pray, he said, God, be merciful on me, a sinner. Look at here. Every last one of you in here, that's your position today. You ain't got to be a whore, but you're something. You ain't got to be what I used to be, but you're something. And every time you go to God, you ought to say, have mercy on me, a sinner. Because when you stop sinning, you don't go into glory. Because look at here, you're sinning. Ain't nothing but a... Listen here, what makes you real with God is when you can be real with you. See, listen, anytime you're real with you, you'll never be like the Pharisee. But listen, the truth of the matter is it's all over. Oh, you got Pharisees everywhere. Walks proper, talk proper, dress proper, all of that. But what's on the inside? I don't care. I told you this before. I don't care if you don't wear a white dress on so-called communion. I don't care if you don't listen to what you wear don't mean nothing to me. If you come in here on Communion Sunday and you got a short dress on, I don't care. It ain't gonna make you no more saved, it ain't gonna make you no more holy, it ain't gonna make you no more sinful. Tradition will mess you up. You used to tell folks that the only body that can touch that table is the deacons. I said, here's the deacon so clean, and they're the only one can touch communion. Listen, folks. You look at Jesus and the disciples. Together they had Lord's Supper. We done call it something else now. We done made it a whole different something. Catholic Church. I'm about to mess with you all up right now. A lot of things we call sacred, they ain't sacred. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. Ain't nothing sacred but God. That's all. There ain't nothing else you need to worship but God. There ain't nobody gonna tell you how to worship God. You're supposed to keep these traditions. You ain't speaking tongues yet. What do I have to speak in tongues for? You show me some proof in the Bible you got to speak in tongues. But you got to get baptized a certain way. All these superstitions. And they give you all something, you still don't know God. And listen, the devil can imitate anything. The devil speaks in tongues all the time. Nobody knows what he's saying. How you gonna prove to me what you're saying? I don't know. You don't know what you're saying. You're just saying it. It's easy to learn. You can learn anything. For the devil trick you, you can learn anything. None of y'all don't speak no Greek. I bet you can sound like it and nobody don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Come and say here, Fräulein. Ich liebe die Sophia. What I say? That's German. You don't know what it is. I do. But if I was speaking in some old language, speaking too fast, you think I was speaking in tongues. Say I was not speaking in tongues. If it happened, I ain't gonna know about it. And what difference is it gonna make? You tell me. People look at you like you're so holy. It don't sound good. It sounds good. I got a buddy of mine. He's speaking in tongues all the time. I'm saying to myself, one day I'm asking you what you're saying. You ought to know. If you don't know what you're saying, how do you know who put it there? Amen. Only worship God. Now, what is the manifestation of God? What is the manifestation of God? His word. That's the manifestation of God. Now I understand that there's some tampering. I understand that. You got all these books and all of them been tampered with by man. Nobody fooled me. It's been tampered with. But listen, when you get a real relationship with God, it doesn't matter. Amen. You will be able to decipher the truth from the error. And the truth is worship. They that worship God must worship Him in spirit and in truth, not tradition, not what folks think, but on your personal experience. If the Lord been good to you, like you're singing about it. If the Lord been good to you, like you're talking about it. If the Lord been good to you, then you ought to praise Him. If the Lord brought you from such a long way, you still don't praise Him. If the Lord put food on the table and clothes in the back, you don't praise Him. If the Lord give you life, health, and strength, you don't praise Him. Something wrong with you. Tell you in a minute, don't take all that. He don't take all that for you. You don't know what you done for me. Ain't your business. But you know. That's all that matters. Listen, folks, ain't no religion no better than they got all kinds of them. And folks flocking to them like they got ain't nothing but a man or a woman up in there. Amen. You gonna need to worship a man or a woman, you in trouble already. You done messed up already. Nobody preach like my pastor. Right. Ain't got no monopoly in the word, folks. I hear all these long words in Greek, all these different languages, German, Nietzsche, and all these boys who call themselves defying Christianity. All these long words. I say you can go back further than them. I think you can go to the seat of civilization. That's in Africa. They were the theologists. They gave the first concept to the word of God. You don't have to believe it. But when they got over here and made us slaves, they made us look like they wasn't nothing but, what you call them, foolish folks, I guess, backward folks. They always show Africa in the negatives light. Heathens and stuff. They were, yeah, right. The jewels that America got, amen, they stole them from Africa. You ain't gotta believe me. The knowledge came from Egypt, Africa. That's right. All this modern stuff, only thing you was add on to it. Better than bombing stock. Egypt. Yeah. Now they got the old America think they own it. Well, listen, if I conquer you and take your language, take your history from you, all you know is what I taught you. A lot of us won't look outside of that either. America the Great. Trump talking about making America great again. What do you mean by that? Make it great again. You know what he means? That's what he means. Exactly. Let's make it whiter. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted to do. And got Negroes, I call them Negroes, running behind him like he's some big time dog.
That's right.
On national television. Intellectuals. That's what teased me off. So-called intellectuals. Well, any fool ought to know the devil will get him a few folks that look like him and dance like him and talk like him. All the rest of us black folks are all messed up. Let that little few tell it. We're conservatives.
Yes.
All right. I quit before I start busting. All right.